and welcome to Maximum Foods Inside Track following the GDT event held overnight. Coming to you from sunny Queensland and our Brisbane office after catching up with some colleagues at the Melbourne Cup event yesterday. Hope everyone backed a winner or at least had a good day watching the horses go around. Firstly, we'll look at full cream milk powder, which rose 4.4% on the index overnight. This is a really strong result for full cream milk powder, with a lot of people expecting this to be relatively flat or a slight lift. I think on the back of really strong New Zealand milk production, a lot of people are expecting there's no issues with product availability, so prices should flatten out or at least soften. This certainly wasn't the case, with pricing now well into the new year, really strong. Looking at skim milk powder, this also was strong, rising 4% in the index overnight. Prices for December shipments were up 5.1%, which probably showed a lot of customers were expecting to see a softer price and then having to buy at the last minute to fulfil some December demand. This also sets a new 12-month high for skim milk powder on the GDT and is trading now at a $94 premium to European pricing. This is quite interesting because European and US have both got healthy stocks, significantly higher than the same time last year, and with steady milk flows in both regions, there were some people hoping that skim milk powder would come off. It certainly didn't translate that way. Looking now at butter, it was certainly a result a lot of people weren't expecting or probably hoping not to happen, with the overall index rising 8.3%. Similar to skim milk powder, we saw a huge lift in that contract period one price, rising 18% or over 18% and be well north of $8,000. Again, it shows that people are sitting out hoping for a price to become a little bit softer and then having to buy for prompt shipments. It's not a great way for people to buy and having to pay significant premiums for prompt deliveries, something we're seeing with a lot of the commodities, particularly on the fats, where people are sitting out hoping for the prices to soften and then having to go into a really bullish market. Similar to butter, we saw AMF have a really strong result overnight, up 4.6% overall. This sets the pricing well into next year, with the contract period 1 to 6 prices all rising. A lot of people were sitting waiting out hoping for prices to soften, and what we've seen in return is AMF hitting an all-time price record for the previous 5 years. So not a great result for people waiting for the prices to soften, but certainly shows the strength of that product from now until the end of the season. Looking at cheddar, this too was strong, rising 4% on the index overnight. Anecdotally, we're hearing that a lot of forward selling of cheese has been quite strong, particularly out of New Zealand, as a lot of sellers take advantage of these really high US prices. We're starting to see the CME come down slightly, but we're still seeing a lot of strong demand for New Zealand product, particularly into Southeast Asia, and this event backed that up. That's it for this edition of Inside Track. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a really important period between now and the next GDT event on the 19th of November. So if you've got any questions, please reach out to your Maxim team who will help you out. Product availability is particularly important between now and December, with Christmas coming up and availability into Q1 of 2025.